Today we're going to talk about an opportunity to buy ARK right now at the time of release of this video, I hope at least. I'm going to try to do my best to get this video uploaded as quickly as possible after I've recorded it because of course it is relevant in terms of the timing of the market. But right now ARK is at some of the lowest levels it's been in quite some time, and I said that it was a strong buy at any level around 60,000 Satoshi. Well, now we're almost, I want to say 7.5% or so lower. Mental math, so that's probably going to be a little bit off, but close enough, okay? All I'm going to say right now is that ARK is down quite a bit, and it has a lot of support, okay? If we go back to, say, the 3-day candles here, it has a lot of support at roughly this level. So what I'm going to say right now, you can see these 4 candles right here, lots of support at that level. So what I want to point out here is that I tend to think that this is a great opportunity to get into ARK right now. Although it is fairly low at the moment, of course there's the chance that it could go lower. It has had an incredible run up over the past couple of months, as many of you know. Been a very good Q3 for ARK. But I tend to think that this is one of those cryptocurrencies that there is a lot of hype behind it. It was one of the top 5 hyped cryptocurrencies that I put in another video on this channel. And although I'm not certain about the project and whether or not they're going to be able to succeed in terms of building these smart bridges and actually scaling to the size that's required to make this project work, especially when you consider all of the goals that they have on their website. I mean, they have an incredible amount of goals. Actually, for one moment here, I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you all of the goals that they actually have. Alright, here we are on ARK's website right now. This is a section of their website called the Roadmap. It's pretty easy to navigate to, and you can see here that they're working on tons of different projects across the board. And a lot of people like to see a busy roadmap because that means that there's more catalysts down the road, and I'm not stopping for any of these just because there's so many of them. And I don't want to explain each one because that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to say that this is a busy team. It's a large team, okay, relative to other cryptocurrencies. And a lot of people are very bullish on it. And when I see a lot of people hyped up about ARK, I think that makes it an attractive investment at these levels when there's a ton of support on the longer term candles. So right now what I would say is that this is a great opportunity to get into ARK. Again, it might go a little bit lower than where it is right now. However, I am fairly certain, regardless of whether the project will work or not, we are going to see another run-up at some point with ARK here. There's just way too much community support behind it. There's way too much hype about it. Any thread on ARK on Reddit will get to the top if it has any substance at all. It does have to have some substance, but if it has any substance, it will get to the top of the Reddit. And anything that gets to the top of the Reddit usually is going to convince a number of people to buy. I've actually been very surprised at the power of the cryptocurrency Reddit. There's been a number of times where a thread will get to the top and it will automatically cause some buying action. Anyway, I just wanted to point this out about ARK right now because I do think that it is undervalued at this point, and it's a good time to pick some up if you've been looking to get into it but haven't had a chance until now. Real quickly here, I want to provide an update on the markets because this has been a fairly interesting market to operate in overall. Because we look at Bitcoin here over the past, let's say, 15-minute candles here is fine, right? And it had this crash downwards to the 4,000, I shouldn't say crash, I should say minor correction down to the 4,150 level. And then it's all the way back up to 4,300 again. What I want to point out about this market is that the volume has been very weak, okay? I pointed this out in my last video, and it's still true now. And this really concerns me because it doesn't make me feel like the market is healthy, despite the fact that we're starting to see better headlines. In fact, this has been one of the choppiest markets I've seen with Bitcoin in the past 2 months or so. I mean, you can see that. Look at this. Look how many flat candles we have here. And this is happening over and over and over again with Bitcoin over the past couple of days. In fact, really since this point where we broke over, let me see if I can find it here. Ever since this point where we broke over $4,000, Bitcoin has been behaving very strangely. I'm just going to say that right now. It's been behaving very strangely. We've had candles like these. This is the 6-hour candles. Keep that in mind, right? 6-hour candles that are completely flat. Now, that's not unheard of. You can see that we've had a couple of those going back into September as well. But it does seem a lot more frequent. I mean, look at this 24-hour period where we basically did nothing. And the volume is substantially weaker than what it was. If we go to like the 1-day candles here, you can see that the volume has completely tapered off in this move back up to 4,400. And you think about it, 4,400 is a very significant price level, right? That was the price level we were trying to break throughout August here. You can see where we had this consolidation here. But when we consolidated last time, you can see here that their trading volume was twice of what it is now. And so what I want to point out about this is that overall, the market seems to be very choppy right now. I don't trust it a ton. I'm still bullish overall just because the headlines have been better, but we have been seeing a very strange market. And again, I tend to think that it's because of the fact that, number one, I actually think there's a lot of big whales currently trying to sell and buy, and they're fighting each other, and that's what's causing the choppy market. The other thing that I think is causing it at the moment is the fact that we are seeing a lot of people invest because of the hard forks for SegWit2x as well as Bitcoin Gold. I've mentioned this a few times, and I think it is extremely true. There has been a lot more discussion about these hard forks recently than there has been historically, and I tend to think that that is piquing interest, even while we're still 3 weeks out from the Bitcoin Gold hard fork, and even longer out to the SegWit2x hard fork in November. Overall, this market has been, again, quite strange. You can see, for example, here that Ethereum has been, let me move to a slightly better time frame here. Ethereum has been lagging against Bitcoin. You can see this even more clearly here in the direct trading pair between the two of them, and this has also been true for Litecoin. And we've seen this across the board multiple times where we are seeing essentially Bitcoin is appreciating against other cryptocurrencies because it has those upcoming hard forks. What I expect to change is I anticipate Ethereum at some point here. I think that there's going to be some buying action here soon, simply based off of people wanting to buy before the Metropolis update. People tend to invest in these cryptocurrencies before a major release, even if it doesn't make sense, because Metropolis should have been long priced in by now. However, I just want to point it out that there probably will be some price action in Ethereum soon, so it may not be the worst cryptocurrency to get into right now. But of all of them, ARK is definitely the strongest investment right now. I'm probably going to be picking up even more than I originally anticipated, because seeing it go below 60,000 Satoshi is, in my opinion, a steal. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. As usual, leave a like, comment, and subscription, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.